hear me? Bring out a little bit of golf. I'm not that good, so I'm gonna see what happens. This is my first broadcast of broadcasting the golf game, so I'm hoping everyone like it. You can also leave comments about my performance and what you think. Anybody have any tips or hints or whatever, feel free to let me know.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present third round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Today we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo set to bring you all of the action for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. And Frank, what can the players expect from Wolf Creek?
Just a mesmerizing layout, Rich. You can see that from above. Straight driving is imperative out there today. You actually don't have to hit the ball a long way. The elevation on those tees is going to give you that extra distance on almost every shot. You can even take driver out of play on some of the holes. But really it's about being in the right position first on those tee shots that you're going to hit today.
Action resuming early on the back nine. Let's go to hole number 11. So a run of pars leading up to this middle portion of the third round. Frank, what does he need to do in order to make a move here?
Not much more really, Rich. Just getting an approach shot maybe 5 or 10 feet closer to the hole than what he's doing right now is going to give you so many more opportunities. And that score, well, it'll certainly change.
Alright, here we go. Look like we have a short downhill par 3.
Frank, what are the factors that go into playing at elevation?
Well, first of all, try and factor in how far you are above sea level, because that's going to create the thinner air where that ball's going to keep traveling. Plus, in the desert here, we get warm air, so the ball's going to go even further. And then Wolf Creek makes it even harder because they give you these elevated tees. So it is a little bit of a guessing game, but the fun part is, though, when you see it stand on a tee, like the second hole, that's 9 stories high, and you tee it up with a driver, you really can hit the ball close to 400 yards.
Yep.
That's the fun part about it.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not.
Was not a good
tough
play.
putt coming up. This is a cross-country special. Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down. Don't get too crazy. And now just a tap in left. Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. And that's a bogey.
All right. No more of that.
Frank, the par 5 12th is another case of a hole where you see that Wolf Creek Golf Club can actually be kind of scary, daunting. When you look out at the desert mountains, and then you add in some water, which we have here on the left, and you can go for some big numbers here if you're not careful.
Well, this is where the Wolf and the Creek can take a bite out of you. You hit it left off the tee, then you're certainly going to start to rack up a number. There's enough fairway down the right, but once again, if you hit a good drive and this hole is reachable for you, then you've got to worry about the water, which is to the right of this green. 5 wouldn't be the worst score you could make around here, that's for sure. I've seen 6s and 7s.
Oh, I shacked it.
And it is not looking like a good lot. He'll need to be strong with this.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
That's what we're talking about.
Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. Now to the 13th hole, and, oh, I don't know, should we just fly it over the mountains, Frank?
It looks like that, but then you better find dry land. 350 yards, but as the crow flies, it's probably just a little over 300 yards. I don't know if the mere mortals would really want to flash it across that desert ridge. You probably want to play a little left of it, have a little pitch up the hill, but if you're one of the longer hitters, why not just try it and see if you can make it?
Where that sucker at? Look like he over there. I'm gonna try it. What y'all think? I should go for it? I'm going for it.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you.
Oh.
Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
We'll take
I like
that.
the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
On the green and
Definitely
one.
when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Getting set now over the putt.
That one again.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
I should have had the eagle.
Impressive, goes to 3 under with that birdie for the tournament. Fourteenth hole here at Wolf Creek. Time to pull out the driver and as well the phone because you want to take some pictures here. What a spectacular view.
Stunning. You can see a whole panoramic sort of degrees right around this golf course. Then when you flick back and actually look at the 14th hole, there's 6 bunkers, 3 really in play with the tee shot, as you can see, the other 3 just up by the green. Anything to the right of those is preferred, unless you want to be playing your second shot out of the canyon or the bunkers. Green should be fairly receptive, and 3 distinct portions, which is sort of a common trait here at Wolf Creek. That's sort of 3 different tier levels and that. But let's see, birdies that to be made at Wolf Creek, maybe even one here.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie. So 1 shot closer to the lead with that birdie. Now to the par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, this is the shortest hole on the course.
And their version of a postage stamp type hole, minus the bunkers on the right side. Green elevated, falls off as you can see down the left side. Club selection is vital, but it is such a short hole. It's very, very tempting, especially when that flag's on the left side, to still go at it. But you miss this green on the left, and you are going to be considerably lower in the level of this green.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Struggling a bit with the flat stick and the drop shot here at the 15th hole. Not too bad, he gives one back. Don't forget the final round comes your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, so long for now. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present final round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Always some extra excitement when you get to the first major championship of the year, and here we are. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Partner, this is a big one.
It certainly is, Rich, and being the first major of the year, you know the players are going to be a little bit more nervous. Anticipations of a great year are going to start right here this week at Wolf Creek. And you're going to have to make all those adjustments out there. Is your game ready? Can you adjust for the changes of elevation? And do you have the confidence to go all the way and pick up the first major championship of the year?
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. And this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
And he's made the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Nothing wrong with that par putt. On to the 11th hole. We're looking downhill, 215 yards to the green.
And this is one of the holes that you realize you're at Wolf Creek. You would never see this hole anywhere else in the world. It's amazing when you stand on this tee. You see all of the canyons around, but there is a little green area down there surrounded by a couple of bunkers. It's a great-looking par 3. It measures 215 yards, very playable, and you never know, today might be the day where you make birdie.
Good-looking shot right here. Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect. It's going to hurt the cause.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
From a par 3 to a par 5 here at the 12th. It measures 560 yards, a sweeping dog leg left, and there is some trouble down that left side.
This is a scary tee shot. There's no two ways about it, Rich. You've got to get the ball in play because you can really rack up a good score here. That water very much in play. Doesn't matter what club you decide to hit off the tee. 560 yards actually is reachable, believe it or not. But you've got to get it on the fairway. You don't really have to be too brave and try and take too much over there. The other thing, too, to consider about is this green is nearly half the length of an NFL football field. It's 55 yards from the front of this green to the back of the green.
Well, the redemption chance here had bogey yesterday.
All right, let's see.
Just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament.
That's
13th hole, and Frank, Wolf Creek is really kind of a macho golf course because you can stand on a tee like this and say, you know what? I'm going to take this one over the mountains.
And then, if you do, then you flip the coin. Is it in play? Or is it out of play? This is one hole. You just you realize you're in the middle of the desert, that's for sure. And one hole that you think, well, if I play this hole a couple of times, I might just get the hang of it.
Huh. You know what? We're gonna play this safe.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag.
Oh, I should have went up some more.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Just a couple of feet.
That's a good par there, Rich.
Frank, describe the layout here at the 14th hole. It's 444 yards, and what a beautiful hole.
It is, and it's a beautiful view. You see everything from the top of that tee there. It's a hole that keeps bending to the left. There's enough bunkers down the left there to actually take your eye. That's why you've got to fixate on something in the distance that's a much better line than worrying about that wall of sand down the left side.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have it down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Wrong time to be leaking oil here at the 14th hole, Frank.
Well, to state the obvious, too, that was very makeable. That's the one you'd expect to make more often than not. That's going to hurt.
And he makes it for par. Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And, well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down on those bunkers because they're, well, a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, who doesn't go aiming at the flag?
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
And the green's rolling.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just 5 feet left. Now that really hurts, Frank. Missing the bogey putt.
Yeah, now time to get the handkerchief. Double bogey coming up.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going. Keeps the momentum on his side.
Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, another good scoring chance.
If you can avoid the confusion off the tee, it looks like the hole might be a dogleg, then is it a carry? It meanders from one way to the other, but really when you actually break the hole down, it's virtually straight ahead. Those two bunkers in the driving distance, they frame the hole nicely, so play it as a straightaway par 4. It should set up beautifully for just a little short iron and perhaps a birdie opportunity.
Don't. Ah.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. All right, so green side bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today.
And yet another birdie, this time inching into the top 5.
Frank, this is really a cool closing stretch here at Wolf Creek. Short par 3 15th, the short 4 at the 16th, and now the par 5 17th. You can make up some ground in a hurry as you come down the finishing stretch.
You certainly can. A good drive short of the little stream creek that runs across there, and this is doable as a two-shotter. You find the bunkers or trouble off the tee, then obviously you're forced to lay up, leaving that third shot across the water. but really a fun hole if you want to try and take that second shot on.
Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
Yep, too much.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down. Rich, with a lie like that in the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club
Oh,
or
I
two
messed
more.
this one up.
Birdie try up next. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
He'll take par and move on.
I'm not going to win this
Finishing
one.
hole here at Wolf Creek is only 307
Only
yards.
way I can win this
Frank,
one, I
where's
would
the
need to get
trouble
an
here?
eagle.
Short and to the right of this par 4. Really, there's a multitude of options off this tee. You could hit an iron, you could hit a fairway wood. Even some might try and hit a driver, but you know, that's a little too risky. There's too many problems up ahead if you try and take this hole on. Really, a short club off the tee, leaving yourself some area of 100, 70 yards, and you're going to be putting for birdie more often than not. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one.
Downhill. All right. Ah.
Looks like he just misread that. Settles in over the putt. Frank, I thought that was in. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. He's made it. Well, that'll wrap up our coverage of the final round. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We'll see you next week.
Well, let's see what the next tournament is gonna bring. Hello? Shut up. between the first position.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the Boston Championship. We're here at TPC Boston in Massachusetts. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the action. And Frank, how does this course set up for the golfers out here today?
Well, Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, they did a lot of changes a few years back to sort of open up some of the driving areas. Consequently, you see there's a little bit more of a reward for the longer hitters. Fairways aren't really as tight as what you'll see on some other golf courses. Long and straight certainly gives you a big advantage at TPC Boston.
This is host of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That's a tournament that is part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Frank, like all TPC golf courses, TPC Boston has the fan in mind. So you see those mounds throughout the golf course that gives people a chance to just sit, relax, and watch some golf. And there's a nice shady spot on the hill behind the 11th.
Yeah, that's just before the 12th tee, and you really do get a look at the tee shots coming in 11, as well as the little undulations and contours on that massive green.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Birdie try up next. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. And with that par, suddenly inside the top 20. Now at the 461-yard par 4 12th, how do you play it, Frank?
Well, hit two of your best here. Somehow find the fairway, and then you take anything on the green here. You see a lot of sixes here over the years. Ah, nice.
Looks good. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Well, downhill, Frank, want to play the ball, what, a little further back in the stance, take a club less? Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie. He has a birdie opportunity here. Good try. Just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Our featured golfer has made it to the 13th hole. Let's pick up the action right there. Frank, how would you assess this first-round performance from our featured golfer?
I'd say commercial, solid, very professional. If this is the worst round they score all week, it's not such a bad round.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Now playing the second here at the par 4.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. This one just requires a little bit of focus. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, the 14th, a shortish 495-yard hole?
Only because it's downhill. If you can get that ball running down the fairway, then it certainly sets up a good second shot into this stout par 4.
Damn trees.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's at sneaky distance.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed. Even par, currently.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between. It's fine.
Well, Frank, the wind is really starting to pick up.
You've got to fixate on the direction now. If you get the direction wrong and or mistime one of those gusts, all sorts of problems.
Oh no! Look out, Frank! I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow! Lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving him into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Long ways to go. Y'all really wanna come and fuck with it? I don't think them niggas really wanna get with it. I'm from the 504, we don't play. All of my niggas for sure, we slang K, that's just how we coming, they get to running. I'm telling y'all bitches, y'all acting like some crack dummies. That's how we flipping and ripping, we gon' squeeze. And when we squeeze, best believe you breathe. Coming on this inflow, y'all niggas just don't wanna come and fuck with my endo. That's how we do it, cause I'm straight 504, you didn't know. Cause it's a must, we put you up on a hush and turn your fucking body to ashes to fucking dust. Keep running your mouth, I'm coming up on your block and it's filling you up with a bomb and fluid, yep. That's how we do it, nigga.
Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Championship.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway.
Come on.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Setting himself up for a good weekend, the Wiley golf instructor makes his birdie. Hole number 8 now, 213 yards in length, a par 3. And Frank, what can we expect?
Really narrow at the front of the screen. A lot of mounding. Ball normally kicks towards the left. One place you don't want to go, though, is that left bunker. The bunker shot's all downhill from there.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Frank, that is nothing more than
you gotta be kidding me.
Gut.
Oh, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
That should not have been a bogey.
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches at the turn. They eat a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, but if you make a mess of 9, then you're making hamburgers.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be, what, 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, where has that been?
Yeah, thank God for small mercies.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back nine. Second shot, good look at the green. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Boston Championship. Beautiful day here at the TPC Boston in Norton, Massachusetts. This is the site of the Deutsche Bank Championship, part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo.
And a fun golf course in front of us today, too. Really carved out of this wonderful New England landscape. 92 bunkers adorn the golf course, and, well, we are in New England, so you'd expect a little bit of weather. We might get a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of wind, but golf course built and certainly plays well in any condition.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
This is a good move. Another birdie. Now to 5 under for the tournament. Frank, par 4 13. Just swing away with that big stick with the driver.
Big advantage if you've got another 10 or 15 yards left in the bag here. If you can carry that left side, you certainly shorten this hole up.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
So he's hit it inside 30 feet, not his best, but still a chance.
Yeah, the odd 28-footer, and that's exactly what it is. I've seen a few of those go down.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. That's how you maintain momentum. Make those putts for par. Frank, at the 14th down, anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way.
Going with the lob wedge here. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Set to go, not an easy shot by any means. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Par yesterday. Now for birdie. On the way. This one looks good. Might like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. All right, Frank, we're teed up at the 15th, and a lot to talk about with your caddy on this tee shot.
Yeah, which club, which line, series of bunkers down the left. That one short right doesn't really come into play. Another one, really, fairway first.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Oh, solid strike, right in the heart of the green.
Well on the green, but far from the hole.
A little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. He's made it. Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between.
EA Sports, the PGA Tour, proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Boston Championship. Frank, the 14th, this is a dogleg left, 495 yards, another case where the driver will set everything up.
But you have to avoid those mounds on the left. They'll just snag your ball.
I have to do good on this day. I got to. Damn trees again.
In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
This is a good-looking shot. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today.
Oh boy.
Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
Well, it doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
Frank, after a couple of par fours where you just sort of let it go with the driver, different strategy here at the 15th?
Yeah, you don't want to get carried away here. This is one where just a nice smooth swing, get that ball on the fairway. And that second shot, you've got to carry that false front.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Birdie try up next. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just 5 feet left. That's a solid par putt. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading toward...
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. All right, you want to bring it home in style. You want to finish with a flourish. 412-yard, par 4 17th. What's the way to play it?
Just hit it down the right side. You don't really want to mess with that sort of rock crop bunkers down the left side. All sorts of bad things happen if you finish there.
Oh, shit.
Coming down the home stretch here at the 17th. Set up well for a chance to get at that flagstick. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And he's made it onto the green now. Well, not in contention, but in for par. On to the 18th and a big par 5 to finish out the round.
Yeah, fun way. Let's see, course record 61. What can you do here?
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310. Second shot.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Rich, how can you leave an eagle putt short?
Well, you can't. I mean, that's embarrassing.
You can leave a par putt, birdie putt, an eagle putt.
Might want to just shut the game down and quit playing.
Yeah, I missed that one.
And with that birdie, moving into the top 20 on the leaderboard. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
When I get the hang of this game, I'm going to be untouchable.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. And we welcome you to one of the most popular golf courses on the PGA Tour. It is Quail Hollow. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Frank, it is just starting to heat up out on the golf course. Fans are streaming in, anticipating a highly contested event with the best golfers in the world.
One reason the fans love this course so much, Rich, the Green Mile. It's fine to have a good golf course, but it's got to have a great finish. It's got a great finish, then it becomes a great golf course. Quail Hollow has that great finish of 16, 17, and 18. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
When you consider the length of that putt, that's a good putt.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Out to the 6th hole now, where the action is underway. Let's check in on our featured golfer. Early in the round, and playing reasonably well. Nothing great, but has certainly not given a whole lot away.
Yeah, actually, a good position to really springboard the round from here.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That was not a very good read right there.
Really? This is an awkward length.
That was not a very good read right there. Frank, we see it every single round. These kind of putts determine whether it's a good score or an average score.
Yeah, and just like that, a bogey. And does not feel like he deserves it.
Putt drops, now at 1 over par. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5-7.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard wreck with the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on, do you go for this par 5 and 2? It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting.
Now set for the second shot here at the par 5 7th hole. This could be a good one. How about that terrific approach shot, setting up a makeable eagle putt? This would give him an eagle. In red figures at 1 under par. Frank, I love a drivable par 4. In the modern power game, it really adds an element of excitement. And here we go at the 350-yard par 4/8.
Well, you're definitely going to love this one then, Rich, because it ticks all the boxes here. There's no water in play, just a few bunkers down the left and the one that protects the right side of the green. And you've got a really narrow green, so plenty of reward with minimal risk. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Inexcusable.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. This can be a cruel game at times.
Whoa, that was unexplainable. Thought that was easily going to be a par.